Morning, Rob here, 5 Points Lawn, doing my biggest fall cleanup of the year. I'll be here all day. I've got a helper helping me this morning. It's my employee that he's only been on since August. Today's is actually his last day. He's just going to help me out till lunchtime. He's over in there on the zero turn. But this property is actually in town limits, but it's about, it's a couple acres. And it goes all the way out in the back there, which I'll show later. And a lot of times I see deer here when I'm working. So, and we dump these all in the back across a little bridge. So this job's basically, I guess it's by the hour, but it pays well, and I charge what I charge. But I've been doing this cleanup for about, I think this is my 10th year doing it. So I enjoy it. I like to pick a nice day to come and do it. And I just work here all day. And it's just after 8 in the morning now. I should have this done by about 5 o'clock today, I hope. So it gets dark here shortly after 5. I have pulled out of here in the dark before, but anyway, that's the deal. So a lot of leaves, but the idea is just to keep the machine moving. So we'll catch up in a bit. Well, time to fuel up the BR600. So I've burned 1 tank of gas so far this morning. It is now probably getting on to 9:30. So we've got this all blown out in here. This is a lot of work to get all this blown out, but we'll just keep working at it. It's not too windy. It's kind of warm. The sun's out. So yesterday was about -13 Celsius, which is about 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Today it's probably just about above 0 now. It's supposed to get a bunch of degrees above 0, so that'll be good. But it's not too windy, so it's perfect for doing this. The helper's unloading over there, out behind the house and down across the little bridge and by the creek. I'll show that later on. So, you know, maybe it doesn't look like we've got a lot, but it's a long way to travel to dump. It takes some time right now, but once we get going, it'll be good. We're making headway, so I just keep blowing things out, and we're getting there. So yeah, pecking away. I think, like, I've done this by myself the last 2 years, and other years I've done it with 2 people, and we're here like from, you know, 8 till 5 or whatever it might be, something like that. And I can do it by myself in just over a day by myself. So I think there's some redundancy. Like, I'm probably doing a lot more blowing than I need to be, because I just keep pushing it. Whereas the mower could just suck it all up and then just blow it out at the end again and then suck it up once more. But you know, he's going to help me out till noon, and we'll get it figured out from there, and then I'll work away this afternoon. I'd rather be sitting on the mower than on the blower, but I think I can be a lot more efficient doing it this way, so with myself on the blower. So anyway, we're going to fuel up and get back at it. Okay folks, so we've got this main section here. It's all done. Now we're starting over in there. I've done some work back in there where that shed is. There we are, we're unloading back in there. So we're just gonna, we used up 2 tanks of fuel, so we're just gonna have a little break right now, banana and a granola bar. And yeah, take a little break and then we'll get going again. So it's moving along pretty good. It's now about 10:45, so making pretty good time. So a little ways to go yet, but really enjoying the day. Okay, so that's a little bridge. It's a little jerky here, sorry. I'm carrying one of the bags right with me right now. So we're walking down this little path here. and getting to our pile of leaves. There's the pile of leaves for today. That's quite a bit here. And when I come back next year, this will all be flattened down and it'll just be like dirt. If you look down in here, it's just like dirt. I would imagine the deer come in here and trample this down, but yeah, that's quite a pile of leaves. So I still got an hour or two to go. I've got I got to go around the blower along the two sides of the house. There's a lot of stuff to rake or blow out yet, beds, and I mean we've got most of it, but there's, let's get this bag emptied here. There's a bunch to blow it all down, and then as it builds up again, I'll run the bagger, suck up what's there, and then just keep blowing it on down. So didn't see any deer today, but you know what, this is a really nice spot on a Friday. It's a perfect day out. There's very little wind, the sun's out, it's a couple degrees above freezing. You know, for a guy that's got a lawn business, what more could you want on a day like today? 23rd of November, you're still able to get out and do some work. Every day I can still work now is one day closer to spring. So my goal is to stay busy April 1st through December the 1st, and a lot of times I can go longer than that. This year November's been pretty tough. We've had a lot of rain. We had 1 week we had about 5 inches of rain. We had last Friday, I did snow. We shoveled for about 5 hours. We did sidewalks and some driveways and some commercial stuff. So yeah, November's been kind of tough. A few grass cuts at the beginning of November that I kind of missed out on. Cemetery and a few other things, but so a day like today is pretty nice, and it makes you appreciate it after you've had a lot of lousy days. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna get this job finished up. Should be another hour or so, maybe 2 at the most, and we'll be done. So, talk to you in a bit. All done for today now, I think. Got this all cleaned up. It's a big job here. There's a lot of leaves, there's a lot to clean up, there's a lot of nooks and crannies to blow out, and you know, these bushes here, we rake it all out and try and blow it. And over there by that garage where the ducks are, she has me take a pitchfork and I clean out along the water, which is a real nuisance, but sometimes that's what you have to do. So and blow it underneath these decks and all along this house. And, you know, leaves is sometimes it's kind of fun, but sometimes it's frustrating. Sometimes it's like chasing a ball in a round room. You just are fighting it and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But anyway, in the end, you can see where the neighbors is, and you can see what we did. I think it looks pretty good. It's a lot of work. Get my rake here. So a rake is something I don't use very much for doing cleanups, but you know, they have to be used a little bit. But I remember the first couple of years using rakes, tarps, and then I got a walker. That made life easier, and then we got into this thing. And you know what? For something that's not very big, you really can pack a lot of leaves in there. Doesn't clog up that much. You know, you just, if it does, you just take the tube out, shake it, empty it out, and sometimes you have to take the impeller off here and unclog that, but only if it's really wet that you have to do that. So and if I just want to do mowing, if it's that time of year where I'm a little bit in between, I can take this off in about, I don't know, I think it's about 3 or 4 minutes. That comes off really easy, a couple of pins, and then the tube comes out, pop that off, and you're good. You don't have the flap, and there's a couple baffles that are still in there, but you can certainly cut grass for the day. So we didn't have to fill the box up at all today. So we're going home empty, which is fine. The truck, I'm gonna put the tool away. Anyway, I think it all looks pretty good. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Okay, just one more thing I'm going to add. So when I left that job, pulled out, and there's several big properties on that side of the street that I was working on. So when I came in this morning, there was another company. I couldn't see the name on the truck. Anyway, they were already, just before 8, they were already on the job. They already started, and they were working, and they were going. And I didn't see people or anything. I just saw a truck, trailer, and equipment, I guess, or whatever. Anyway, when I went by, I thought, oh, they'll probably be gone already. And you know what? They were still there working, and they were putting everything in leaf bags. Like, I didn't really see anybody, but I saw all kinds of leaf bags. The equipment was still there. Like, I don't know if they were going to get it done tonight or not. And I would imagine that property wouldn't have been a whole lot different in size than the one that I did. So I'm just, nothing against them if that's how they got to do it and that's what's working for them. I don't know the company. I don't know how old they are. I don't know how long they've been going. This is, what you got to do. I mean, I have some jobs I use leaf bags on too. So like with hedge trimming or something. But anyway, I just thought though, you know what? I did a pretty big job today. Pretty efficient. My helper, he ended up staying till about just after 1:30. And that was great. And like I know in some part of the video there, it doesn't look like he's moving very fast, sucking up the leaves. And some areas are pretty thick, so you got to go a little bit slower, and it takes a little longer. But you just keep biting away at it, and you know what? After a while, it's all done. It's gone, and it's not that hard to work because I did a little bit of raking along the water there, and my goodness, that you wouldn't want to do that all day long. That's for sure. You got to do it here and there, but I mean, the backpack blower gets it all out there, and the mower sucks it up. And same as the backpack blower, you don't want to be blowing big piles of leaves because they just kind of curl and curl and curl, and just a lot of work to move everything. So if you can just have a machine to suck it up and do it that way, it works well. So I just want to add that. Again, nothing against that company, what they were doing. If that's what works for them, that's what works for them. I think what I was doing was pretty efficient, and leaf season's not very long, so you don't want to have tons and tons of money invested in all kinds of equipment. I paid $1,600 for that Easy Vac that goes on the side of the mower, and I already had the zero turn. So in the backpack blower, you're going to need that anyway. And I got a couple sheets of plywood in the back, and that fills up. And when I go to my different spots, I just, at the end of the day, I just go and I blow that out, and I make a little bit of money on blowing it out because I charge a disposal fee, and it works for me. And even with the weather, it's there's days you can't work and days you can work. So you have to just, I don't want to pile up too much of an investment in it. So anyway, this works for me. This is Friday evening. I'm not going to work tomorrow. It's supposed to rain. I've got to help my niece move. But I hope everybody has a great weekend. I'm going to load this up tonight, I hope, and hope a few people will watch it. Thank you.